gosh. Alright, I want to start by talking about perks because I think they're almost as important as the kit that I'm wearing. But the first thing I always run is 10% more knowledge along with spell overload, because you need so much knowledge when you have spell overload, and you get so much more spell casting speed having the knowledge anyway that it kind of makes it worth it. And then the other two that I'm running currently is Ice Mastery, so that you can abuse people like this.
It's not dead, it's not dead. Just run slow.
And then lastly, I'm using Fire Master as well, because I think the extra 2 seconds of burn damage is pretty insane when you're running this kit. I don't really care too much about the 5% fire magical damage bonus, but, you know, it doesn't hurt. And then obviously I'm using Spell Memory, because you need to cast spells, and I'm also using Intense Focus, because I think that this ability is absolutely broken when you use it with Chain Lightning. Like, I don't know, it's just insane. And you should have enough knowledge that you're getting stuff back pretty quickly if you sit down anyway, so it shouldn't be a big issue. So the spells I'm using are Ice Bolt, Fireball, Zap, Chain Lightning, and I'm also using Magic Lock because it can come in handy, but you can use whatever 5th spell you want, but it's probably going to need to be a low tier one because of spell overload. It's really hard to get enough knowledge for all of these. But yeah, I'd put Chain Lightning before your 5th one just so you can try and get it easier, because otherwise you might not be able to. So for the gear, I always go with the Occultist boots, and I try and get some agility or plus additional move speed, whatever you can afford really, because you want to keep your build very fast for this. And then I've also just got some loose trousers, just some blue ones, you know, not too big of a deal. They're just, you know, you want to make sure you're really fast when you're fighting here, and there's not really anything too crazy that you can get on your pants. An alternative option would be to go Vigor with padded leggings or something like that, but you're not going to be as fast and you're not going to be able to run away from people when they're chasing you. And then for the chest piece, I always go the Adventure Tunic. I try and get additional memory capacity because it's the cheapest of the lot, but if you can get knowledge, that's great. And even better if you can get like magical power or something like this, that would be really awesome as well. And then everything else is kind of where we get our damage from. So it's really important that you have at least a blue spellbook. It doesn't matter what stats it has on it, but that base magical damage is going to make a huge difference to how much your fire damage tick does, which is going to really hurt the enemy. And then your hat as well, you want to try and get something with true magical damage on it. The leather caps are great because they have vigor, but they're so expensive, whereas wizard hats are a lot cheaper, even for a blue one. So I would recommend a wizard hat if you're on a budget. And then literally any pendant, it doesn't matter what it's got on it. I got lucky with agility, but take any pendant you can find with +3 magical damage. It's important that you get the +3 because the pendants are the cheapest to buy at this price. So you can't get +3 on a ring without spending an absolute fortune. So try and prioritize it on the necklace basically. And then a cape with +1 or true magical damage, kind of whatever you can get. Again, it doesn't really matter what the cape is. I got lucky again with the will, but it doesn't need to be will. It could be strength. It really doesn't matter. You just want these plus true magical damage, and if you find a cheaper one with plus additional magical damage, that's good as well. Just make sure it's at least 2. You can go for 1, but it's not going to be the same effect. And then the rings is probably the most expensive part. I managed to get +2 additional magical damage, Ring of Finesse. And I got this one, I don't know how, but I managed to get this one for 75 gold. They probably cost closer to 200 gold, but I managed to get lucky. And if you just like kind of spam the search and search additional magical damage on rings, sometimes you get lucky when someone doesn't know what they have. And then the gloves as well. I kind of already covered this, but rawhide gloves, +3 max health, because you want to keep your health pretty high. They give you 3 knowledge, nothing too special about those. Obviously you can swap out the gloves to something better if you want to. Yeah, and that's kind of the whole kit. You just want to stack as much additional or plus true magical damage as you can. Don't worry too much at all about magical power or will. It doesn't make that much of a difference to what we're doing, because we're really just trying to focus on getting our individual numbers up and not really a percentage. The percentages don't really do much. So you want to make sure you have at least 100% move speed if no weapons out, because you want to have a build where you can basically zap someone or whatever you're gonna do, and then run away and hit them again. You know, back and forth like that. Particularly if you're playing solos, that'll be more important. And yeah, you want at least 90 health. I honestly think I could do better. Maybe get like +3 vigor on here, because vigor's affects wizard quite a lot when it's so low. As you know, the percentages make a bigger difference when you have less vigor. Yeah. Zap does 43 and then 9 damage. That's 50. That's 52 damage. My zap does 52 damage. 81 damage on Ice Bolt.
What about your lightning?
Oh my gosh. That was like 112. 113
Oh,
damage.
pink. Oh, they're there! They're
Where?
across Bridge South. Cross the Bridge South.
Yep.
What are they?
I chain lightninged him.
They're running? Oh, he chain lightning me, but it did nothing. Did nothing. Oh, frick, 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 frick.
They're on some kind of.
They've all been chain lightninged.
He's throwing a million explosive bottles. Brian, we're not with you.
Warlock's dead. Shit,
Nice.
I need help.
There's one on high ground, there's one on low ground. Cut off the one behind you. Come down, Lucy.
I killed one. I killed one.
There's 2 dead. Where's the last one? Honestly, we've had some. Oh, right here, right here. Chain lightning. He's hurt. Good shit. Oh, I'm
Brian.
hurt. I need to get back. I'm running back. I need to reset.
Oh, frick, they're coming. They're coming. I don't know.
It's open. I saved my expensive kit.
I see it.
Yes. I got his torch.
What?